The year will be coming to a close soon, and I had a really great holiday season this year, actually. And I've actually been just listening. I haven't been listening to any like new music. New music really isn't coming out right now, obviously. But I was listening to a bit of stuff from like trying to get my list right for the year end list. And but ever since then, I've really just been digging. I've been listening to a ton of metal music, mostly just metal music, and tons of black metal music, and just going back to some black metal bands and like digging more into their discography, just like a lot of the classics. I'll go over here, and honestly, one of the biggest bands is I got the shirt to prove it here. I got Immortal. I've been going crazy about Immortal. I've been a big fan of Immortal in the past. So it was mostly just their like early stuff that I was really into. But I've been digging into some of the Bath era that came in the late like in the early 2000s, late 90s, and just really been digging it a lot. And especially the Sons of Northern Darkness album. What really kind of started ticking this off, so I went and played back. I went and played one of my old video games, Tony Hawk's Project 8, one of my favorite game soundtracks, just one of my favorite video games of all time. It's so comforting and nostalgic to me. And so, but the song One by One was the first song on Sons of Northern Darkness by Immortals on there, and just remember it's like one of the first black metal songs I ever heard when I was a kid, and I just like didn't really like the sound that much when I first got into black metal, and just wasn't looking for that sound, but I just really like it now, and it's been so addicting to me to go and listen to that. And I've also been listening to the 2000 album Damned in Black, and that one's just really good too. It's just like I don't know. I feel like that one's fairly underrated. People don't really talk about that album that much, but it's just both of those albums are just so good. I just Immortal just doesn't have any bad albums. Like I've just listened to all of them, and they're just so good. Just all of them just hit so hard. And I've also been listening to the classic At the Heart of Winter, which is looked at as like their masterpiece. And but I've mostly been listening to these two, the Northern Sons of Northern Darkness and Damned in Black. Probably my favorites right now. I've just been listening to them back to back and just been really enjoying them. And those have been really big. Just been really obsessed with Immortal. I really love them, and I just love their like how they have to create this whole like fantasy world and everything. It's so neat to me, and I really just enjoy it a lot. And I've also been digging a little bit more into Burzum. I've been fans of Burzum's early work for a while, but I never really gave any of his like new stuff really a shot. But I've been listening to Bellis, which is his first post prison album, black metal album that he started bringing black metal in again. And then there was the one after it called Fallen, and I've been really liking these a lot. They've been pulling me back and making me want to listen to them again. And I know he doesn't consider them black metal. He says they don't play black metal, but it's very much black metal sound that he kind of helped create back in the '90s. But I've been enjoying listening to those albums. They're just like it's cool how he's like brought in more of these like I guess it's kind of more of a polished sound, but then it has like these like um folk singing and instrumentation mixed in with it, and it's just like it's really good. I've really just been enjoying going back and listening to that. It's really just good stuff, and it's been fun to dig more into that. But within the like black metal and Jason stuff, I've been listening to Dissection. I just went back to Dissection a bit. So it's more kind of like a melodic death metal mixed with blackened melodic death metal. And Emperor, the two classic Emperor albums, and Over, especially Bergdat. I've been listening to that a lot. Satyricon, I've never really listened to them before, specifically Nemesis Divina, and listened to Dark Funeral quite a bit as well. Just been really just liking that kind of stuff and really enjoying that. And it's just been fun to dig back into that sound, just like some of the more black metal sound I was going just more a different kind of black metal sound that I was going for, like back with like the old like raw stuff that I used to listen to, like Mayhem and like Dark Throne. Even though I want to dig more into their discographies eventually again as well, but Um, Other metal stuff I've been listening to, like I said, I've mostly been listening to metal music, but I've been listening to the band Under Oath a lot. I specifically I've been listening to their second album. I didn't know that they like made kind of like this like black and death metal like influence like metalcore stuff in their early stuff before they like changed lead vocalists and stuff. And I just had no idea, and I listened to their second album, which is called Cries of the Past, and I've been like really liking it. It's like very black and death metal influenced, and it's just like really solid stuff. I just really like how it's like it's so different than what they became like later on when they did their more like popular metalcore and like emo stuff, but I still like that stuff too, which I'll get to. But this album's just like wow, like I just had no idea that they made music like this, and it's really cool to like go back and hear that. And it's really been interesting like looking like research on it, and like people that are like fans of Under Oath that like don't even like acknowledge these albums that they even exist, and it's just like it's fucking weird. And people are just like so close-minded when it comes to certain things. But I understand it's not like the Under Oath sound or what they're like really like got popular for, but like it's really cool that they like experimented with that stuff and did that stuff early on, and that's what the like kind of started the band, and it's pretty neat. But like I said, have been listening to some of the popular stuff too, like they're Only Chasing Safety was one like they're like bit into like emo, like the kind of like poppy emo stuff that was going on in the early 2000s, and the mall emo, I guess you could call it, the Hot Topic people, and then Define the Great Line, which is a kind of like just that early 2000s like metalcore sound that was coming out of that, and just like how those it just really just shows how those like genres like the emo and like the metalcore just like went together so well, and just like had this like group of people that were really into that stuff. And I've just been enjoying it. It's just like that's parts like nostalgic to me, like those sounds, and I just like it. This is fun to listen to. But been really into them. It's been fun to listen to them quite often. Speaking of metalcore music, I wanted to jump in here and just say that I've also been listening to Devil Wears Prada, the Plagues album, still quite a lot. It's been fun to just listen to that. Just so like brings me back hard, and just like it just goes hard. I just really like it. And I've also been listening to Korn, specifically the album "See You on the Other Side." I came back to this because I've been listening to mostly. I've been listening to stuff on my iPod, and I bought a lot of music. Like I just wanted to splurge a little bit and get some digital music and like explore things I've been wanting to listen to. And I got a bunch of just like metal and like stuff on my iPod, and I did an iPod video. It was my last video I did. If you want to go back and if you missed that, and go check that out. I go through like that. It was kind of foreshadowing this video, because I kind of talked about like the stuff I've been listening to. I've been listening to my iPod a lot and taking it to work with me and stuff like that. And it's just been so exciting to me to have that and listen to things on there. But this Korn album "See You on the Other Side" is remember there's a song "Coming Undone," which is one of the first Korn songs I ever heard when I was a kid, and it was on my iPod. And it also has "Twisted Transistor," which is like the kind of like the more like things that like got them like more popular and like even like radio time. And I've just been really liking this album. It's like people like it's not like the like hardcore Korn, I guess, from like the early days. And I really love the self-titled album, and those first like 3 albums are really good, especially the first 2 albums. But I've just been having fun with like this more like kind of poppier ish sound of like the new metal that they created and like brought to the mainstream. And I've just been really enjoying it. It's just been fun to listen to it. It's really a solid album and really fun to listen to. And I just really been enjoying that. And then it's kind of a hot take. It's people like really could probably complain about that. It could be looked at as like a guilty pleasure, I guess. Along with the next one up, and also listening to these back to back, I've been listening to Slayer's Diabolus and Musica. This is this is like another hated album, like was it like the most hated in the Slayer discography, because they like were experimenting with new metal and stuff on it. And this is one of the first albums I like really knew of with Slayer, because I like listened to the song Love to Hate was on like my iPod. I liked that song when I was a kid, and I still really like it now, honestly. And it's just been fun to like go back to like kind of these like more nostalgic sounds that I was feeling, especially around this time of year back when I was a kid, and just like really just like enjoying the music so much. I just really been enjoying it. And I like this album because they mix a new metal sound in, but they still have a lot of their old like kind of like speedy thrash stuff and mixed in with it. I just think it's a really good, like, diverse kind of album, and I like that they experimented with that. And I think it gets hated on so hard and very underrated. And don't know why people hate it that much, but I mean, like, just like core metal people are always just like so like gatekeeping and just have problems with fucking everything if it's not true to like the core genre or whatever. So, but I really like that album. I've been having fun with that. Also wanted to pop in here real quick and say that I've also been listening to Breaking Benjamin quite a lot. Speaking of like guilty pleasure kind of music, especially their like newest albums, Dark Before Dawn and Ember. Really just been digging those. Put those on my iPod as well. And I've also been listening to Dying Fetus quite a lot still. Just the Killing on Adrenaline album. I just really like that album. Got that on my iPod too, and just like listening to that. It's been pulling me back. And on one of the newer artists I listened to is the new Bed Sore album. That was one of my favorite metal albums of the year. I listened to that a lot earlier in the month. I haven't listened to it too much here recently, but it's still a really solid album, and been liking that one a lot. And another big artist was like up there with like Immortal this month has been Thursday. I just still been listening to Thursday War all the time. It's such a fun album. It's like really just like hooked me. Like I said, I really liked Full Collapse before, but I just like never really dug more into their stuff. I want to keep going a little bit more with some of their albums, but War all the time I've really been listening to a lot, and just like it's been clicking with me, and it's been so fun, and I'm like singing along to it now, and just happy I just like decided to go back and listen to it again, and just really been enjoying it. And I've been bonding with my girlfriend Caitlin about it as well. We've just been really enjoying listening to Thursday together, and it's just been really fun. I just really like their music, that just solid post-hardcore emo stuff from the early 2000s and stuff. It's just really good stuff. But things outside of metal, which are like a few things written down here. I've listened to Charlie XCX a little bit again. Mostly her it's only been like a few times, but I just like they're just kind of memorable for me because I just like really enjoyed them when I was listening to them. I was listening to her self-titled album and How I'm Feeling Now, what's the year after, came out 2020, and her Quarantine album, I guess I'd say. And just really, it's just been fun to listen to Charlie. It's like I like listening to her, and I've got all her stuff on my iPod too. Most of her stuff, the stuff that I really like. And I'm just excited I had like the color coding thing on there because she like changed all their album covers to just like the Brat font and stuff, and it's been fun to have that on there. And I just think it looks cool. I like the original covers too, but I just like how it looks on my iPod. And another thing is similar to Charlie, I guess I've been listening to Arca a little bit as well, just like a little bit here and there. Just Kick 2 of like the Kick series, and mostly just listening to like, some of the Kick stuff. Kick 2 is probably my favorite. There's a lot of songs on Kick 2 that I really like. It's probably my favorite of the Kick series. But just really solid stuff. I really enjoy listening to that. She's a fun, just cool artist. I think they call it like deconstructed club music or something like that. It's kind of what the sounds. It's really some cool electronic sounds, and he's really incredible producer. And just create some really cool atmospheric sounds, and I really dig that stuff. And then one more, I just mentioned Death Grips. I've been listening to Death Grips. I did the tier list a little bit ago, and I can always find a Death Grips project I want to listen to. And I've actually been listening to the interview, and the instrumental one, and been listening to just like the Powers That Be, mostly like Dudes on the Moon, and I just like Dudes on the Moon more than Ginny Death, but I've been listening. I like listening to them together too. But those are the main like 3 projects I've been listening to by them, and that just excites me, and I want to keep listening to that as well. But yeah, but that's kind of all I have for this month. Like I said, I've been listening to just a bunch of metal and like older metal music, and I've just really been enjoying that like tremendously, and I'm excited to keep going with that. But it's interesting that it's like each month it does end up changing. Like we'll see how much longer it lasts, but I've really been enjoying that. I feel like it's going to keep going, so I've just been so excited about it still, but we'll just have to see. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys have been listening to down below. Found anything good recently, anything new. And I'm excited for some albums that are coming out in 2024 or 2025. It's coming up soon. I don't know if I'll make like a whole like anticipated list this year, but there's definitely a few people out there that I've noted. I just haven't done too much research on people that are releasing things. I'm just kind of just like I'm gonna go with the flow and just like see what comes out. There's a few that I'm looking forward to coming up early in the year actually, but let me know what you guys are anticipating for the new year down below, and yeah, hope you guys are doing well out there, and I'll go ahead and end out the video. I'll always do. If you could please support my friends here on the side, that would be awesome. Links in the description. And thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.